Bludgeon over here, bringing a new series that will be coming on like every second day. So one day, yeah, you get it. So this is What If Naruto Was Neglected, but had Dark Release Part 1. So before the intro, Naruto is neglected by his family. He's got a father, he's got a mother, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Minato, Kushina, and his two siblings. But he's actually more powerful than his two siblings. But the village actually cares for him. They don't see him as a demon monster or anything. Actually, they see him as a hero because, well, he has done some things that I will talk about before he meets his parents again. So here's the intro.
To ashes, when do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you.
Minato sat next to his mother, Tsunade Senju. They were waiting for Kushina to finish giving birth. Next to Tsunade Senju was Minato's sensei, Jiraiya the Gallant, the Toad Sage. And across from them is the third Hokage and Orochimaru of the Sannin. Minato thought he was evil or was planning something, mainly because of his rivalry with his sensei. But, Orochimaru is actually a good guy apparently. He has done experiments to improve his body. He improved the way ninjas work together and train. He says that with the right training, anyone can become strong and can change the world. But Minato doesn't like that right now. He doesn't care about any stupid thing like that. He just wants to see his kid. Or kids. Inside the room with Kushina sat the nurse, and Hiruzen Sarutobi's wife. Next to her was also Onko, her best friend, along with Kurenai, her other best friend. They were sitting and holding their kids. Onko held the first one, the one named Menma. He had Kushina's red hair and Minato's spiky hair. And then Kurenai was holding her daughter, the one that had long hair like her, but had Minato's hair. She was holding her other son, Naruto. She called him. He was kind of more towards Minato, but hopefully he gets her personality. Outside the room, Minato was standing there. He was waiting anxiously for his wife to walk out. He was hoping to have two kids so that they can give one kid this damn. They were hoping to have two. He was hoping to have two kids so he can split Kuruma, the tailed beast, in half and give one half to his kids. It would be the first two kids if he has any more, but he only wants two. Why? Because anything smaller than two at their first lot of kids is a bit too much work, definitely for father. Yes, he has all his other people to help him, but still. And he doesn't really care about him. He only cares about that tailed beast, and he doesn't want his wife being hurt anymore, or having to deal with that nasty thing inside of her. So the more kids he has, as long as it's two or more, the better. So that he can, get that thing out of his wife. There's no way in hell he's letting it live inside of her for the rest of her life, because he cares about her deeply and always will. Now, inside the room, Kushina thought it was time to finally walk out the room. So her, Kurenai, and Onko walked out the room. Kurenai was holding Mito, and Onko was holding Menma. Kakashi was away on a mission, so he couldn't be here to see them. But Kushina knew that he would have liked to be in here. But at the same time, it's damn Kakashi. He doesn't really care about anything these days. Well, there are some things he cares about, apparently. but not many things that Kushina knows. She doesn't talk to Kashi much anymore because she has Anko and Korona to always spend the time with. Since the death of Kakashi's other two mates, he had kinda hid away and decided that he wouldn't be around much. He needed to train. He needed to protect his precious people, if it's the last thing he does. Which is why he's never around. He's always training to protect his precious people. But Kushina can agree with that. She wants to protect her precious people, her children at all costs. She won't let anything happen to them. She has to die before they die. They'll get hurt. But one thing or another, she may be the pain for one of her kids. But she may never know. As soon as they all walked out, Minato stood and sat next to Kushina. Honey, what's going on? I thought there was only 2 kids at least, asked Minato after seeing her holding their last boy. Oh no, this is Naruto. And, the first boy got the name you chose, Menma. And then the girl went after your grandmother, so I decided I would name him. Unless that's too much of inconceivance for you. Unless we don't want that, I can change his name, said Kushina. Minato just shrugged his shoulders. I don't care as long as you're happy. Now let's go do the extraction. 4 years later. Over the 4 years, Naruto has, been Naruto. He has been secluded from his family because Mito and Menma have that tailed beasting inside of them. So, Naruto's not really anything important to his family. He's just the other kid they have that, is around every now and again to have dinner with them or spend some time with them. But other than that, he's a nobody to his family because they don't agree. They don't want him there. Well, his mum seems to want him there, but his dad doesn't, which is not what he wants. He wants to be a part of his family, but his father says he needs to train these other ones first. But being 4 years old, Minato has decided it is time to take them on a training trip. They go train the tailed bees. In the council room, there sat Minato, Kushina, Tsunade, and Jiraiya. What was this meeting called for? Asked a council member, civilian council. Well, Minato stood up. Well, I want to take my kids and my wife, along with Jiraiya and Tsunade, to go train them to control their Kyuubi's chakra, so that they don't lash out and attack. Can we have permission? I'll leave Sarutobi Hiruzen in charge for the next couple of years. I think we'll be going until, for about 9 years. Once they turn 13, we will start heading home, said Minato. They all were shocked. Their fourth Hokage was going to leave for about 9 years. But to train that beast, they train the Kyuubi, they would do anything. They don't want it lashing out, and they don't want the village destroyed. You may go, said the council. Then there was the clan, the Shinobi Council. And what do you want of this? Asked Minato. Quick question, said Shukaku. Yes, Shukaku, asked Minato. What about your other kid, Naruto, the one that doesn't have the Kyuubi? What's happening to him? Asked Shukaku. Wait, I have a third kid? Asked Minato. Everyone thought he was joking, but seriously, he had forgotten about Naruto because he's too busy training his other kids when he's not at work. Shukaku knew that he wasn't joking, but everyone else thought he was trying to be a comedian. And then Minato noticed, oh yeah, Naruto. Now he'll be here going through the academy like everyone else. He doesn't get special treatment. He doesn't have anything special, and he isn't a threat to the village. So I reckon he doesn't need anything special. He just needs to do his normal training, become a normal civilian, and hopefully one day become strong. But, you can't always expect the best from someone who doesn't have anything, said Minato. Everyone in the council knew this. They needed the Kyuubi brats to be trained, and this Naruto was just getting in the way of that. So, no, he was definitely not important. Shikaku was the only one who felt like this was not good. He's the fourth Hokage's son. He is a clan of the Uzumaki and the Senju and Namikaze, all powerful clans. He could have something that these other ones don't. Maybe they're restricted from some power that he gets because of the Kyuubi. But Minato and Kushina all feel like he's not important. Just wait. He'll be a powerful pawn or make him into something. Chuckled Shikaku. After a couple more hours of discussing what's happening with the training trip and when they'll be back, Minato, Kushina, Tsunade, and Jiraiya all started the pack. Hiruzen was standing there. No more years of this damn paperwork. I hope it's just a breeze and nothing bad happens. And then there was one person who walked in that he didn't quite realize. Itachi Uchiha, what do you have for me? Asked Hiruzen. Lord Third, I have some unprecedented news that you may want to hear of. The Uchihas are planning a coup d'etat. I'm just joking. This is what he thought Itachi might have said. Because right now, this whole thing is going on. Yes, Itachi. What is it you want? Itachi is not really a shinobi right now. He's only... Actually, yeah, he is a damn Uchiha Genin. What do you want? Asked Hiruzen. The fourth Hokage, his wife, Jiraiya, Tsunade have all left. I was just coming to report to you. My mother also said that if you need help training her Kushina's other child, she'll be there. Kushina really hadn't spoke to Mikoto lately because she's been busy with her training her younglings. And, Mikoto really hopes that it really is only just that and she doesn't like her. She misses Kushina's company, so she was willing to train. The Uchiha is also willing to train him just in case, because they do have the Sharingan. It can help with whatever needs to be, said Itachi. Thank you for your humble and consideration, Itachi. Tell your mother and the Uchiha clan that if they ever want help, anyone wants help training him, they are welcome to, because he doesn't really have a home right now. His parents are going to be gone for 9 years, but he will need someone to help train him. So maybe, said Hiruzen. Itachi bowed his head and walked out of the village. Out of the Hokage's office. And 10 minutes after Itachi left, Orochimaru walked in. Yes, Orochimaru, what do you want? I don't have any missions for you right now, said Hiruzen. It's not that, Sensei. I want to help train Naruto. I feel bad for him. His parents have just left him out. And from what I heard, his parents had forgot about him. And then they kind of joked it off, saying, oh yeah, him. His parents don't deserve the Hokage name. They're disrespectful. They're disappointments to Konoha. I would go dark if I was them. If I had gone down, if I was like them, you wouldn't have this speaking. If I was Hokage, we wouldn't be having this. Because I would make sure my kids are great. But, Sensei, I came here to ask you a favor, but I don't know how to bring it up, said Orochimaru. Orochimaru, spit it out, said Hiruzen. Okay, Sensei, I want to take in training Minato's kid. Why? Because I feel like it's my duty to know how to train the next generation and evolve the next generation, the one of the fourth, the Yondain Hokage's kid. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm allowed to because he doesn't like me, said Orochimaru. Orochimaru, don't think like that. You may train him, said Hiruzen. Orochimaru nodded. Good, and I'll be needing 3 other people to help train me, said Orochimaru. Why do you need 3 other people to help train him? Asked Hiruzen. Well, because Minato, Kushina, Jiraiya, and Tsunade are all training Mito and Renma. So I think it's fair that Naruto gets 3 trainers, 4 trainers as well. Just to even the odds. So if I don't care, I'll be training him, but I need 3 others. And I have a few ideas, said Orochimaru. What are the ideas? Asked Hiruzen. Orochimaru said, just stood there. Come in, said Orochimaru, trying to be like Hiruzen. Guy and Guy, Shikaku, Kakashi, Anko, Koronai walked in. I want you to choose 2 of these people in here, and also you as well. You'll be one of them. That's why there needs to be 2 chosen, said Orochimaru. Hiruzen noted at this. Naruto's going to be a powerhouse. And if they think, Orochimaru just stood there. He knew what Hiruzen was thinking. Naruto's going to be a powerhouse compared to his siblings. They may have that QB, but he's going to be trained by a lot of people. People that are all specialized in different things. Hiruzen just stood up. How about they all train him? Shikaku in strategies and of the mind. Kakashi and in along with you and Anko in ninjutsu. Koronai in genjutsu. And then Guy in taijutsu. And me helping with whatever he needs help with. I am the professor after all, chuckled Hiruzen. Orochimaru just noted at this. That's a good idea. He'll be having the snake signing. Kakashi Hatsuki the Sharingan. Kurenai the Genjutsu Mistress. Anko Mitarashi. Orochimaru's first student. Guy the Taijutsu Master in Konoha. The only person in Taijutsu you don't want to come across. Definitely really serious. And then the Professor. Hiruzen Sarutobi. Naruto and Shikaku, the Jonin commander. Naruto won't be weak. His siblings should be weak compared to him. Over with Minato Kushina. Minato, don't you think it was wrong that we didn't bring Naruto? He is our kid after all, said Kushina. Minato knew this deep down, but he can't. They have to forget about Naruto. They can't feel sorry for him. They made their choice when they put the Kyuubi in their kids, that they were going to make sure their kids with the Kyuubi were stronger than the other one. So they have to. They need to make sure they know how to control them. Kushina, we already spoke about this. Naruto is in the village. He'll be gaining strength, and our kids should be tuning about the time we go back to Konoha. So, yeah, we can train Naruto a little bit, but don't forget, we have to focus on our other kids. They are Jinchuriki after all. And don't forget, Jinchuriki, if they don't have control, can lash out with their beast. So if I was you, I would forget about Naruto. He's not our kid anymore. He is the ninja. He is Hiruzen, and all the village is damn worried. He's a mistake. We shouldn't have had him. You see him trying to be friends with every little thing, every animal. He doesn't care about training like the others do. All he cares about is having fun and being a kid. And we've told him the seriousness of his siblings, but he keeps coming on and on about them coming to play with him and be kids. He's a mistake, Kushina. Get that through your head. Everyone else here knows that. That's why no one will say anything about him, said Minato. Minato had to push back the feeling of hatred. He thought he might have loved Naruto, but he can't. So what he's been told by Jiraiya, his sensei, Jiraiya of the Sanin, the other day. What is it, sensei? Asked Minato. The Great Toad has told me of a prophecy of one of your kids. What he's more like someone named the fourth will have kids. They will have dark power, and this dark power will either break or build society. And it is really deemed on how they're treated, and also it is really deemed on how they're treated, but also how they are trained. Are they trained to be good or are they trained to be bad? So basically, Dryer helped this fourth train his kids to build and shape society in a new, not in chaos. We need peace, is basically what the Toad said to me. So Minato, the only ones that I can think of about having something dark inside of them is Menma and Mito. So we need to train them. We need to leave Konoha for a while to train them. They need to be control over the QB. It's the only dark thing that anyone in the village has. So we need to go and train them. They are dark, remember. They are the only dark things. So Minato, we need to go and do this, said Jiraiya. Minato just nodded his head. He felt bad about Naruto, his other kid, being left behind, but at the same time, his other kids will shape society. But really, as we all know, it's Naruto. He does have dark release, and he is going to be a powerhouse. But aside from that, let's continue on in the story. There he stood. Minato and Jiraiya had just finished talking about the prophecy, and they were going to go through with it. They were going to make Mito and Menma the clan heirs. Kushina, so they're on their trip now as well. This is why they're on their trip. Kushina stood next to Minato. She had to reveal something to the rest of them. It had been 2 days since Minato had told her to forget about Naruto. So that's what they're doing. They're forgetting about Minato. They're forgetting about Naruto. And it's a good thing they are, because she has something she has to tell them all. Hey, guys, I've got something to say. Minato, this is something you need to hear too, said Kushina. What is it? Asked Tsunade. Shizune is in the village. She's a medic now. Tsunade has set up a medical program and stuff like that for everyone in the village. What is it? Asked Tsunade again. Kushina started rubbing her belly. I'm pregnant again. I'm gonna have another kid. Along with Minato, said Kushina. Minato stood up. Well, as we declared, we didn't have a clan heir for the Senju clan. We have one for the Uzumaki and Namikaze. Namikaze will go to Menma, Uzumaki will go to Mito, and this other kid can be the Senju clan heir, said Minato. Kushina smirked and smiled at this, and that's why I bring it up now, not when Shizune helped me find out 3 weeks ago. I wanted to know if I was really pregnant or not, and the report from Shizune has told me yes, and it's going to be a girl, so I guess we need some names, right, Minato? Said Kushina. Naruto just sat there. He was sitting next to Shizune, his other auntie-like figure. The past 2 days, he has really got equipped to people and how his parents have left him. And he had just been told something by Shizune. Yes, what is it, Shizune? He had asked 5 minutes ago. Your mum is pregnant. She's having another kid. And what I can tell from it, it's going to be a girl. You're going to be a big brother, said Shizune. Naruto just shrugged his shoulders. He already had 2 siblings, but they had distanced themselves from him. He knows that with his parents gone, that this one will just be the same. Naruto will be like he was never around. They will hate Naruto, just like his parents do. He's a nobody, really, just because of the thing inside of him. But then, also, his other sibling could be like him. The parents could not care about him, or her, or him, and then, yeah. He might have a sibling that's just like him. That would please Naruto. It would mean he would be able to befriend or have a sibling relationship with at least one of his siblings, but he doesn't think that's going to happen. He thinks his parents are going to like this one better than him. He just has a feeling that he will be forgotten over the next 9 years, and his parents will have 9 years with this other kid, and also his other siblings. So he will be forgotten and neglected. I guess he already was, but now he will be just a figure, a shadow in their world of greatness, and he can't achieve anything. We had heard that he's gonna have about 6 people training him, and that gives him hope. And one of them's meant to be the clan head of a clan. Actually, some of them are, and one of them's his sensei's student. But that one he didn't like because he's not his sensei, his father's student. I mean, because his father didn't like him. But from the sound of it, his father's student actually likes Naruto, and doesn't agree with how his father's been treating Naruto, and that he wants to make amends for his father, his sensei, his father figure. Since Naruto doesn't really have a father figure, because his father doesn't really like him, he wants to be that father figure for him. Because he believes that Naruto everyone should have a father. He had a father, and then Minato became his. So yeah, this is where we leave this part off. So tell me what you think, and 15 likes to keep this. But that's for another time. Peace.